Hello everyone, welcome back. I had one of my subscribers ask me to do a macro tutorial. So I figured I'd do a pretty simple one, pretty basic, but it'll get you into doing macros. Any more than this at one time, to me, can be kind of overwhelming. So I made a simple 3D text. We're going to add some controls so you can animate it in the inspector later up here on the edit page. But we'll go ahead down to Fusion and get started. Okay, now when you start out, you want to determine what you want to put at the top of the macro, in the inspector, I should say. Over here, we want to start out with the text on the top, and then you just kind of work your way down. We're going to put the spotlight under it, so hold the control button down, make sure nothing is selected. That's the order I want them in. Then hit A as in all. Make sure the control button is still pushed. And deselect the media out. We don't want that. Right click on any one of the other nodes, go up to macro, and create macro. Now if you select the node, you look over the inspector. I'm going to start with the text. It'll show you everything we need. We're not going to do anything in the 3D. When I start out with styled text, you always have to select that for your text. Next one down is font. You'll see font here. Right on down the line. I don't select that last V anchor, is not needed. I don't use the H anchors either. You're welcome to put them in if you'd like. We do want to add this write-on effect in. If you want to check everything and test it, you can do that. Just make sure you put it back at default settings. Now we start at line direction is what that is. And start and end. And now it's 3D text, so we want to add the extrusion stuff to it. And that's right below where we left off. Again, it's all right there. Now we'll go to layout. And we want these controls. Word rotation. Make sure you set them back to default settings. And we want the center. So select type and center. And rotation X, Y, and Z. That's these right here. Now we got transform. This one here's the one they're talking about. Now we have character rotation here. Select transform at the top. We don't need any of this stuff here, unless you want to put it in, but it tells you what it is. Then when it come down here to character rotation, order, then X, Y, and Z. I'm going to go down to the bottom to character size. That way you can stretch the text taller or wider. Again, you may or may not want that. But all you got to do is check it out. Play with the adjustments and you'll see what they do. Now shading, there's a little bit more in shading. We'll select the shading elements. Go over and select shading. Right there it says shading elements. Now the next thing down is opacity and use one material. Okay, now we have type and then all the colors. Right here to alpha. Now we're going to add this image source so we can put texture on the text as well. That's right here. We don't want to add gradient to it. We're not going to do that. You can, but it's going to make it quite a bit more complicated here. I'm trying to keep this short. Now we want to deselect this use one material. We don't want anything with specular, something like this. You may or may not need it, but I don't ever use it. We do want to make it so we can change the bevel and have the sides of the text different than the face. So go over here to bevel. And then come down here to bevel again for your textures. You'll go down to the brush. Don't need to go any farther. Make sure you recheck that. Use one material. We have to have at least one input and one output. Okay, now we'll go to the spotlight. So if you select the node, look over the inspector and everything's there. That's these right here. We're going to use these top two so we can move the light vertical or horizontal. So in front of the X, we'll write light. Then we'll select use one material. Or I'm sorry, select use target. That way the light will shine directly at the text the whole time, no matter where you move the light to. Now we're in controls. I'll go back over here and select that. enable and intensity. We'll put light in front of both those. And we'll add the cone angle and a panorama angle. Those are right here. The intensity, enable. We don't need the colors. I have never found any reason to have to have lighted colors. But if you do, that's where you'll select them. Right here. If it's already red, that means something's selected in it already by default. That was the camera. I clicked on the wrong one. There's an output. The scene input should do it. Okay, that should be it. Now we'll save it. If you save it as save as, it locks it where you cannot open it in Fusion. If you save it as save as group, you can open it back up. I'm just going to leave it named macro. Save it in a folder. Close the macro. If you go up here to get to the folder, go to Effects. Templates. Edit. And there's the folder I use. Right click. And show folder. Now go to the edit page and see if we have it. Okay, there it is. If it doesn't show, just select the titles. Everything we picked is now in the inspector. Right on effect. The extrusion. Character rotation. Okay, now to add a texture to it, I suggest making the text white first. select this image. So the window will pop up down here. I have a whole bunch of these saved in Resolve. There's brass. You can also select clip and browse your computer. There's some kind of metal design. Let's select color and go back. Now if you want to change the bevel, deselect this. Now you see the edges are red. Let's add a texture to that. For some reason, only clip works on this one though. See, now we got that on the edges. Or just simply have two different colors. Back to one material, and it'll go back to one color. That's the lights. Intensity, cone angle, and everything is down there. We'll let it render out, and we'll give it a play. Well, there you go. Hope this helps, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.